clean this up.
It's the last day of auditions. Let's do this!
There's too many good acts.
That was as good as I've ever seen.
Whoa! We are going to the live show!
AGT, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
This is my last season. I feel like I've done everything that I need to do.
This could be it for the Phoenix.
Knowing that I inspire people, it's been such an incredible journey.
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
All new Password, Tuesday, 10/9 Central on NBC.
Live from Rhinelander, this is News Watch 12 Weekends, the Northwood's best news, with Austin Carisu, meteorologist Conrad Sapinski, and Drew Chelly with sports. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Carisu. A structure fire occurred in Arbor Vitae earlier this evening. The fire was reported on Kern Lane, located off of Highway 51, and multiple fire agencies and other first responders responded to the scene. This is a developing story, and WJFW will provide more information as it becomes available. President Biden announced today that he was pulling out of the 2024 campaign following a weeks-long pressure campaign from fellow Democrats that began in earnest following his much-criticized debate performance in late June. Soon after announcing his decision, Biden officially endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president. NBC's Alice Barr has the details.
President Biden today making the seismic decision to step out of the 2024 race for the White House, bringing an abrupt end to a half-century career in politics after a disastrous 90-minute debate raised serious questions about the 81-year-old's fitness for another term in office. In a statement posted on X, the president writing, quote, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." Mr. Biden then endorsed his vice president, Kamala Harris, for the nomination as the party scrambles to change course before next month's Democratic National Convention with just 4 months until the November election. One of the president's closest allies, Senator Chris Coons, reacting.
He has always put our country first. He has an incredible legacy of service and leadership.
In her own statement, Vice President Harris thanking the president for his service and his endorsement and saying it's her intention to earn and win this nomination and unite the Democratic Party. The news caps a tumultuous week, beginning with the attempted assassination of former President Trump. And after weeks of pressure from Democratic lawmakers increasingly anxious, Mr. Biden could not defeat Mr. Trump. The former president slammed President Biden in an interview with NBC News as the race hits an historic reset.
I don't know. I think that's this scary part of it all, is that we just don't know what anything's going to happen.
Propelling the nation into unknown territory.
Former President Donald Trump had an immediate reaction to President Biden's decision to end his re-election bid. On Sunday afternoon, Trump posted on Truth Social that President Biden was not fit to run for president and is not fit to serve. The Republican nominee for president claimed Biden only won in 2020, quote, by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement. The former president went on to say Biden's doctor and the media knew he wasn't capable of serving as president 4 more years. Trump then posted that he will fix the damage done by the Biden administration and will, quote, make America great again. Meteorologist Chase Ropanak joins us now, and it was another sunny day out there, Chase.
Yeah, it was. It was a great day, and it's going to be clear tonight as well. And it showed that we were going to get a lot of sunshine for most of the day tomorrow, but it looks like we're going to get some thunderstorms actually in the afternoon. But for right now, looks like things are cooling off. We can see we're already in those mid to upper 50s for us. In Rhinelander, we're right around 57 degrees. Still some low 60s hanging out near Merrill, and the more south you go, a little bit warmer it gets. We can see some upper 60s down by Adams County and by Wapaka as well. But But other than that, in the Northwoods, we are cooling off for now. And for tomorrow, before the storms make their arrival, looks like we'll get up to right around 80 degrees, just like we were today. And it looks like those storms will hold off in the southern viewing area for tomorrow, but they may see some storms going into Tuesday. But for that, Adams County will see some a little bit higher temperatures in those low to mid 80s for tomorrow. All right, taking a look at the future forecast, looks like right around 1 o'clock is when those storms are going to start popping off, and they will continue on their southeastern track, making their way through Rhinelander and into Wausau in the afternoon. Taking a look ahead for tonight with those clear skies, it's going to get pretty chilly out there. We'll be a little bit below the average low, right around 52 degrees. Austin?
Thanks, Chase. A date has been set for Harvey Weinstein's second sexual assault case. A New York judge set November 12th as the date to retry the former movie mogul on his 2020 conviction. The 72-year-old has denied having any non-sexual, consensual sexual encounters with anyone. A New York Court of Appeal threw out the conviction in April, saying Weinstein did not get a fair trial because a judge improperly allowed testimony by accusers he was not formally charged with assaulting. Weinstein is scheduled to be in court September 12th, where we expect to learn more about discovery issues and what has been found on devices that are being searched by prosecutors. And thousands of Disneyland workers voted to authorize a strike over unfair labor practices. 4 unions representing more than 14,000 workers at Disney theme parks and resort properties in Southern California announced late Friday that union members voted to authorize a strike. The number of employees who voted was not released, but the union said over 99% of the members who participated voted in favor of authorizing a strike. The union cited economic hardship for their members, including food and housing insecurity, as the reason for the decision. This authorization does not mean all employees will strike immediately. There is a chance that both sides could reach a deal avoiding a walkout. The contract for cast members at Disneyland expired June 16th, while the contract for cast members at Disney California Adventure and Downtown Disney expires September 30th. The Disneyland Workers Bargaining Committee said it has commented to negotiations on Monday and Tuesday, but the strike authorization allows a strike to be called at any time. If a strike does occur, it would be the first at Disneyland in 40 years, when nearly 2,000 cast members walked off the job for 22 days in 1984. In a high-stakes hearing for the director of the Secret Service tomorrow, Kimberly Cheadle will go before Congress for the first time to talk about her agency failed to stop the attempt on former President Trump's life last weekend. Since then, Cheadle has been facing calls to resign from Republicans, and now a Democrat has joined the voices demanding she step down. Tina Kim previews tomorrow's big hearing.
Her career has been dedicated to protecting others. Now, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle will have to defend herself as she goes before the House Oversight Committee Monday. And the grilling will come not only from Republicans. Congressman Brendan Boyle has become the first Democrat to call for her resignation after the Secret Service failed to stop the attempted assassination of former President Trump in Boyle's state of Pennsylvania last weekend.
Last week, I took a bullet for democracy.
On Saturday, Donald Trump talked about getting hit during his first on-the-trail rally since the shooting, which also killed a crowd member and wounded 2 others. Trump told Fox News that no one directed him to delay his speech, despite the fact that nearly an hour earlier, local police had spotted a suspicious person. The gunman would later take aim at Trump from a rooftop outside the venue. House Speaker Mike Johnson said this about Cheadle Sunday.
The initial excuses that she has given for the lapses that happened last Saturday are just unbelievable. And I think that'll be must-see TV. She's got a lot to answer for, and these concerns are bipartisan.
Johnson also said it was, quote, beyond the pale. The Secret Service changed its story about past security requests from Trump's team. The agency now acknowledges it previously turned down Trump requests for additional resources in recent years. But the Secret Service said none of the requests was tied to last weekend's rally. In fact, additional resources were given to that event. I'm Tina Kim reporting.
Speaker Johnson said he is forming a bipartisan task force to further investigate the attempted assassination on Trump. Coming up, preparations are in full swing ahead of the 2024 Olympics. We'll tell you what to expect ahead of this year's games after Weather with Chase when we come back.
Walks aren't Hearns Furniture is the only furniture store in Wausau with over a dozen two-sided mattresses on display. When you buy a one-sided mattress, aren't you really buying half of a mattress? Wausau Hearns Furniture, half-mile from Fleet Farm, Wausau.
I'm Sean, owner of American Quality Homes. Most people know American Quality Homes as Wisconsin's home makeover experts. As a remodeler, we see a lot of roofs. It kills me to see how much the roofing replacement industry workmanship has deteriorated. 90% of roofs I see have mistakes. Prices are way too high. Roofers are more concerned about the volume over getting the job done right. So, at American Quality Homes, we've decided to do something about it. We're going to work with 30 homeowners this year to replace their roof. The job will be done right with a high-quality shingle, all at the best value, guaranteed. You need an AQH roof. Go to aqhroof.com. That's aqhroof.com.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of Ford vehicles, like the Built Wild Bronco family, with a deal you just can't miss. Your biggest adventures are waiting. So make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Make it a lease on a new Ford Bronco Sport for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Hi, I'm Katie from Featherstone Cabinetry and Design. When I want my local forecast for Minocqua, I go to WJFW.com and check my hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
The best way to start your day is with a cup of coffee from Eagle River Roasters. Newswatch 12 Today wants to get that coffee to you through the Mugshot Monday contest. Enter online and watch Monday mornings to see if you're the lucky winner. This summer, submit your favorite water photo to the Summer Fun in the Water contest for your chance to win an ice cream cone at Pirates Hideaway. Submit your summer fun photos at WJFW.com. Sponsored by Pirates Hideaway.
Look who turns 50 this year, Wausau Hearns Furniture. And to celebrate, I brought in 4 new two-sided mattresses. Bring a truck, take one home today. Wausau Hearns Furniture, 50 years in business. Half-mile from Fleet Farm.
Find free food support for your family. Call the Family Food Helpline.
Welcome back, everybody. We got some clear skies tonight. It may seem dark out there, but we do have a full moon for tonight. That should make for some good fishing tomorrow morning if you plan on going. So we got some moonlight out there for us tonight, and those temperatures are starting to go down. We're at 57 right now. We got some calm winds for tonight, and the dew point is at 52, so things may feel a little bit muggy out there. But take a look at highs out there for today. We hit 80 degrees out there, a pretty hot day with lots of sunshine. In some areas, we're in those mid to upper 70s as well. We can see Merrill at 79 and Indigo at 76. And we also saw those low 80s still down to the south near Wapaka at 82 degrees for highs today. Going into those early morning temperatures, looks like we'll be right around 53 degrees, may get a little bit cooler with those clear skies and calm winds. And it looks like that cool pocket is going to be off to the east near Indigo and Lakewood, where they will be hitting those low 50s, right around 50 degrees, maybe even getting into those upper 40s. As we get into the rest of the day, we will get right around 80 degrees, maybe not touching it because we do have some storms. You can see those yellow spots. That is rain, cool air, bringing those temperatures down back into the upper 60s, and we'll see that right around 3 o'clock tomorrow. But first, let's talk about the temperatures throughout the rest of the week. We do have a system coming in that's going to bring things down to about 70 degrees on Wednesday. It's going to cool off quite a bit, but we will rebound nicely going into the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where temperatures are going to be back into those low to mid 80s. So warm temperatures are on their way back for next week. And as we take a look at the humidity right now, it's pretty humid out there with that weather system approaching tomorrow. But then once we get closer to the next weekend, things are going to be a lot more comfortable. Dew points will be back into those 40s and 50s. Taking a look at the radar right now, looks like those storms that stayed off to the west of our viewing area are now pushing down south just to the west of Madison. And as we go into tomorrow, it looks like right around 1 o'clock is when those storms are going to fire off into entering our area around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That is going to affect Rhinelander, and those storms will make their way into Wausau as we go on throughout the rest of the day. And when we get into those early morning hours on Tuesday, it looks like our southern counties from Marathon down to Adams County will have a nice line of showers and thunderstorms. That will continue throughout the day as well, and that will finally clear out of the area once we get to Tuesday night, right around 9 p.m. Take a look at the air quality right now. We can see some Canadian wildfire smoke is still bringing some air quality to a moderate near Wausau, and if we go to the west in Eau Claire into Minnesota, but things will definitely get a little bit worse as we go into tomorrow. A nice large swath of wildfire smoke will be entering the region right around 3 o'clock, and then that will continue to push southeast, and then an even larger swath is going to make its way throughout the day on Tuesday. So lots of wildfire smoke is on its way. That's going to make poor air quality, but also make for vibrant sunrises and sunsets. For tonight, looks like we will have clear skies, and right around after midnight, areas of dense fog will develop. Those lows are going to get down to right about 52 degrees with those calm winds for tonight. Going into tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny early on, and then right around 3 o'clock is when we can expect some showers and thunderstorms to enter our area. Otherwise, we'll have a high right around 80 degrees, and those winds are going to be from the east-northeast. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress. Going to be a stormy next few days, and temperatures are going to cool down into those low to mid-70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but will rebound nicely with high pressure building back in, temperatures being back in those low to mid-80s by the weekend. Austin?
Thanks, Chase. Final preparations are underway along the River Seine in Paris as we count down to the start of the Olympics. Opening ceremony is just 5 days away, and for the first time in the history of the Summer Olympics, opening ceremony won't be in a stadium, but instead some 10,000 athletes will make their way by boat on the Seine, ending the route at the iconic Eiffel Tower. Workers are constructing seating and barricades along the river with seating open to the public. The river is quiet now, but that will be much different in a few short days. And NBC will be there for opening and every moment that follows, offering more than 7,000 hours of coverage, which include 5,000 hours of streaming on Peacock. And the fallout from Friday's global tech outage continued this weekend. While businesses are slowly getting back online, a full recovery could take days and even weeks. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike says a bug in a software updated it's so deeply embedded it'll have to be deleted by hand. The outage affected an estimated 8.5 million Windows service devices, and criminals are already using it as an opportunity to scam users. Reed Bynan reports.
Don't rely on inbound calls, don't rely on emails and all the things which are known by scam artists to
Former Homeland Security National Cybersecurity Director Amit Yoran raising the red flag about cybercriminals already capitalizing on the chaos from Friday's massive global tech outage. Cyber experts and the government say in the wake of the outage, scammers are promoting fake recovery websites with malicious software to take advantage of unsuspecting victims.
Miscreants are looking through this software, looking for problems which they can then deploy globally.
Even as restorations continue across multiple industries, the fallout from Friday's global outage persisted into the weekend. Thousands of flights had been canceled or delayed Saturday, with more than 600 of those cancellations coming from Delta alone. Many passengers still waiting after more than a day. In addition to airports, businesses, hospitals, and more are still reeling from the outage. As for how long a full recovery will take, experts say it won't be a quick fix.
This is not an issue that's going to be with us forever, but it's not an issue that's going away in 10 hours or even 2 days.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The survivor of the Aurora Theater shooting in 2012 is honoring the victims of that tragic day. We'll tell you how he did it when we come back.
Northwoods Windows has been helping homeowners all over central and northern Wisconsin with replacement windows, patio entry doors, and more. We've done installations in over 10,000 homes, including cottages, churches, and businesses. Our installers are trained, experienced professionals, and we're an authorized dealer of home improvement products from some of the top manufacturers. We offer free in-home consultations, no-pressure sales, honest pricing, and a job well done. Contact Northwood Windows today and see why you should choose us.
Keep Keep 13 grand in your pocket when you buy your next truck. Check this out. This 2024 High Country is 85 grand. This used 2024 is 72. Buy the used and keep the 13 grand. If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Come out to Len's Truck today. We have hundreds of high-quality used trucks, all priced to move.
Len's Truck. Len's Truck. We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
I'm attorney Christine Bremer. Our clients want results. They expect them and deserve them. At Bremer and Trollope, we get the settlement you deserve, the justice you demand, and the well-being that was taken from you. We relieve the stress that an accident has forced on you and your family. From your very first phone call to the very last detail, we take your accident personally. We have to, because the right results matter most.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
Yesterday marked 12 years since the Aurora Theater shooting that occurred in Aurora, Colorado. And one survivor held a concert last night to honor the 12 victims that lost their lives. Rhea Jha has the story.
We're going to put on Anthems of Hope for Souls of the Broken tonight, and I couldn't imagine a better group to do it with.
On days like today,
Today's a hard day.
Jordan Murphy has always leaned on music.
I think some of the darkest moments in my life are where I wrote a lot of these songs.
But Jordan feels the lyrics carrying an even heavier weight at today's concert.
How many years has it been since the shooting?
12 years, man. 12-year anniversary.
It's been 12 years.
Knowing each strum
Rescue?
is for victims and survivors like himself of the Aurora Theater shooting.
Yeah, Rescue is my battle with PTSD. That's what that song kind of stands for. The whole song is about life and all its trials. And the rescue, I'm just holding to a branch of just faith, trusting that what God says will be revealed and come true.
The benefits from this commemoration concert will be donated to a school.
Yeah, after the theater, I was like, okay, with the second chance of life, like, what can I do with it?
Jordan now using the very thing that helped him heal as a tool to help others.
And honor the lives of people with aspirations whose life was cut short, and honor their family's legacy, and give back and help people. And these songs, they provide hope, and they've provided hope to a lot of people. And that's all I care about. And it's kind of like these songs are a marking of triumph for all that I've kind of overcome and the obstacles in my life. Yeah, we got that one. We got that one that time.
The Brewers' rookie star put on a show in Minnesota. After the break, see if the Crew would sweep the series.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg will host Queensryche with a special guest appearance by Slaughter. Saturday, August 10th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Guests 21 and over may redeem their ticket stub at the Rewards Club to receive $10 rewards play. Tickets are on sale now for Queensryche featuring Slaughter. Saturday, August 10th. Only at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Must be 18 years of age or older to enter.
After long-standing efforts from Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, 3 of the 4 biggest pharmaceutical companies say they're going to start capping the prices of their inhalers.
They used to charge families like ours $600 a month for an inhaler, even though they cost less than $5 to make. So Tammy Baldwin fought the drug companies, and she won. Now Hadley's inhaler costs $35, and we're breathing easier.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message. I don't work for the drug companies. I work for you.
Choose your local roofing company that understands the value of giving you options that best fit your needs. Overhead Solutions, where local expertise meets quality craftsmanship. We're ready to earn your business. Call us today.
Here's to sweet summer days together in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment. Here's to supper club celebrations. And to a lifetime of memories. Here's to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin.
Haugum Law Firm specializes in estate planning and elder law. You know why to protect your hard-earned assets, and they know how.
Haugum, Alan Haugum. Nice to meet you. How do you, Haugum?
Haugum Law Firm. I'd be more than happy to set you up with your complimentary consultation. How do you, Haugum?
Haugum Law Firm can assist you with your asset protection, estate planning needs, probate, trust administration, and nursing home Medicaid. Haugum Law Firm knows it's important to educate the community. Call us today to learn more. How do you, Haugum?
Here's your double bacon avocado crunch burger.
Wow. All this bacon, fresh avocado, and juicy Angus beef. It's like I'm seeing double.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's double digits.
And that's no double talk.
Try our new decked out double burgers. Only at Perkins.
The Milwaukee Brewers needed 12 innings last night to pull out an 8-4 win over the Minnesota Twins in the first game back from the All-Star break. After an exciting game last night, the two teams put forth another one that went down to the final pitch to put an end to this mini two-game series. We start in the fifth inning, 3-1 Twins. Jackson Chourio goes into the left center field gap. That is going to bring in 2 runs, and the Crew ties this game up at 3. Let's go to the 7th, 5-4 Twins. It's the rookie again. This one absolutely crushed. Second deck homer, and the game is tied at 5. An inning later, the Brewers take the lead as Rhys Hoskins gets all of this one. That's a no-doubter. 2-run shot, and the Brewers have a 7-5 lead. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 8-7. Trevor McGill on. He gets the strikeout, and that will do it. Brewers hang on and win 8-7. They now head to Chicago for a series starting tomorrow night. The Wausau Woodchucks took on the Lakeshore Chinooks this afternoon. First inning, Max Solis Jr. with a base hit to bring in the first run of the game. Second inning, Lakeshore responds. Fly ball to left field is going to be caught. Runner tags up from third and scores to tie the game up at 1. We move to the 5th. Game tied at 2. Jack Counsell slices one down the right field line, and it falls. Counsell is moving. He is on his way to third. It is a go-ahead 2-run triple for Lakeshore. The Woodchucks would answer with the bases loaded. Max Galvin with the base hit up the middle. That would score 2 runs. Woodchucks would go on to win this one 15-6. The final round of the Open Championship was bound to be a good one. 8 players began the day within 2 shots of leader Billy Horschel as they took aim at the Claret Jug at the Royal Troon Golf Course. We start on the 11th hole. Xander Schauffele down 2 shots on 11 from the rough. He hits an absolute beauty to 3 feet. He would make birdie on the hole. Let's move over to 13. Schauffele down 1, 15 feet for birdie. He rolls it in, and that would tie Tristan Lawrence at 7 under. Couple minutes later, Lawrence on the 12th hole for par, and he misses. Schauffele takes a 1-shot lead. Move over to 16. Schauffele, another birdie. He knocks it in. He goes to 9 under, has a 3-shot lead. And on 18, it's a tap-in par. Xander Schauffele wins the Open Championship by 2 shots after winning the PGA Championship in May. Schauffele wins his 2nd major of 2024. Football is finally upon us here in Wisconsin. The Green Bay Packers will kick off training camp tomorrow morning as preparations for the 2024 season, one that has high expectations, will officially begin. One big question that still looms before camp, as there has been hope that Jordan Love would have an extension signed before they start camp, and that remains to be seen mere hours before training camp officially gets underway. However, in other team news, All-Pro defensive tackle Kenny Clark has agreed to a contract extension, a 3-year, $64 million extension. The anchor of the Packers defense is on board for at least another 3 seasons. We'll be right back after the break.
Quality Homes of Tomahawk now sells modular homes built by Wisconsin Homes. Wisconsin Homes has maintained a tradition of building some of the finest homes on the market. Quality Homes also has a large selection of new manufactured and mobile homes. New homes are available for immediate delivery and set up anywhere in Wisconsin. Whether buying your first home or a cabin getaway, Quality Homes has the experience and expertise to make your dreams reality. Visit them today at QualityMH.com.
People ask us why we're always so happy. Is it because we live in the beautiful North Woods? Or because it's always sunny where we're going? Maybe it's just our good Midwestern nature. Whatever the reason, we wouldn't change a thing. Rhinelander, Oneida County Airport. Business or pleasure, it's always pleasant.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Our Constitution has given us more rights, freedoms, and prosperity than any country in history. Every 4th of July, we come together to celebrate those freedoms. But right now, we're a divided nation. We have to stop putting on the blue jersey or red jersey. Instead, put on the red, white, and blue jersey. Come together and get things done.
I'm proud to be an American.
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Allie, and this is our family.
Are you the type of person that believes in doing the right thing? Well, us too. Here at Shoulders, we stand behind everything we sell, whether it's a camper, boat, dock or lift, or now even one of our late model low mileage vehicles. We don't believe in selling anything as is. We want to guarantee our guest satisfaction along with helping you save thousands.
If this sounds like the right dealership for you, we'd love you to think of us.
Shoulders, across from Menards, Rhinelander.
Real estate auction, Armstrong Creek, Wisconsin. 112-acre farm being sold to the highest bidder. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Welcome back, everybody. It was a nice day out today, but what can people kind of expect for the start of their week, Chase?
You know what? It looks like we're going to start off tomorrow with some sunshine. It's going to feel like it's a great day out, but then right around the afternoon hours when we're going to have some storms, and those will linger into Tuesday as well. But then we'll have high pressure build in, and the rest of the week will be sunny with warm temperatures. For right now, things are cooling off for us. Looks like we're right into those mid-50s, right around 57 degrees here in Rhinelander. And it looks like off to the east, near where Anago is at, that area is going to drop down to maybe even those low 50s tonight, getting right near 50 degrees. For tomorrow, we'll hopefully hit 80 degrees before those storms hit for us up here in the Northwoods. The southern viewing area is going to stay a little bit more dry tomorrow. Those storms will hit around Tuesday, so they may get up into those low to even mid-80s, especially in Adams County. Taking a look, though, at the future forecast for tomorrow. So we'll start off sunny, and then right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when those storms are going to impact us. Those will linger throughout the day, affecting more of the southern counties near Wausau, lingering into those early morning hours right around 6 a.m. on Tuesday. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. Looks like the next few days are going to have some thunderstorms, but starting Wednesday is when high pressure will build in, and we'll get some warmer temperatures working their way throughout the week, hopefully getting into those mid-80s by Saturday and Sunday.
Those mid-80s are looking nice.
Yep, next weekend's going to be a good one for sure.
Awesome. That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you for joining us.
In today's economy, it seems the value of a dollar continues to shrink, while the services offered are getting less and less. Here at Maher Water Corporation, a new high-efficiency system made by WaterCare can help ease the stress on your checkbook. We are always available to analyze and recommend one of these units.
So while we can't actually make your money grow, we can make the value of what you get from Maher seem like it.
You'll get up to 57% off list at the huge 57th anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture. Big deals, lots of big deals, like this sleek sofa for just $6.98. Or this rich wood bed for just $420. This ultra cozy reclining sectional, just $12.95. Plus, totally free doorstep shipping, no minimum. And our 365-night sleep guarantee on mattresses. Up to 57% off during the huge anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture. Big deals.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Make summer